I want to quickly go through this level because he's playing it. How long does he play it for? He plays it for a while. So he's at 1 hour 24 minutes. He starts it, and he finishes it. Wow, pretty much an hour. He spent about an hour on this level. So we're probably not going to go through all of it. I'm also going to turn up the speed to 1.5 so we get through it a little bit quicker. So really, I want to do this as a way of like looking through my level while someone's playing it to see what the issues were when creating the level, because I don't think it's a perfect level, but I am pretty happy with how the entire level turned out. So for the most part, I think it's good. I think this first section is a tiny bit janky trying to get the coins. As you see, Jerma dies on it quite a lot. I still die on that section quite a lot. I actually think the piranha plant jump is one of the hardest parts in the game, so I'm very glad that I did it right at the very beginning, so it doesn't feel awful when you always get back to that part and fuck it up. So I think that's a really good thing there. I think this entire first section is pretty much fine in terms of gameplay. I think it's easy to follow. Apart from this, I think he got a little bit confused on what to do, but and then that. Well, sometimes you gotta learn the level through playing it, and that is where you learn the level through playing it. But yeah, I think for the most part, this section is fine. First section is pretty fine. The thwomp is a tiny bit janky. I'm glad I added that slope upside down, because otherwise I think that would be 10 times harder to do. Yeah, I was in chat when this happened, so this was pretty sick. Oh fuck! I didn't account for video buffering, so hopefully it doesn't happen too much. If you're on 1080p, I might actually just turn it down. That's still 720p. I know it's in 60 FPS. Alright, we'll just go down to 480 because I don't want it to buffer too much. And like I said, we're not going to be spending the entire stream on this because I want to make another level. I want to make monkaS the prequel. So yeah, well this is low. There we go. Okay, hopefully I don't drop any frames. But yeah, so this first section, good. I've said that a billion times. I'm gonna say it again. First section is good. I really like the first section. I think a part of it is a bit janky, but for the most part, I think it's good. It's really the snake section is really the only issue for me. I think the snake section's actually probably not the hardest part of the level. I think it's I don't know. I don't want to use the word janky because I don't think it's really janky. I think it's a bit too frustrating and just annoying to play, I guess, because of the Kaizo blocks that I added. It was more of an anti-cheese mechanism, but whatever. People thought it was unfair to put Kaizo blocks there, but I think it was funny. Also, you can see me in chat right there. Yeah, there.
Hurry. Alright, we're good. Playing to the side. Side.
Oh, shit, he did it.
Oh my god, just jump up there. I would just oh shit, now what do we do?
But I really like the people's reaction to this level. A lot of people said they really liked it. And look, the anti-cheese actually helped with cheese. I don't think there was any way around that though, so I'm fine with it. For the most part, it doesn't really change the level too much. And the second anti-cheese is pretty much impossible to use to cheese. I think it is possible, but it's pretty hard to. It's just not worth it. There was one small issue with the snake section, which doesn't happen for a while. It happens like maybe half an hour into this level, where he doesn't realize he doesn't discover it until like half an hour into this level. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna reiterate again. I don't think this part is very janky. I think the entire first section is pretty good. It seems pretty fun. This level made Jerma go fucking insane, so I really like that aspect. Yeah, Jerma doing this was so fucking funny though. Seriously, I really liked watching him play this level, and he actually really liked this level, which was so awesome. I really was very happy about the fact that he really liked this level. He says just a ton of times where he makes these dumb noises. Anyway, I don't want to harbour on the Jerma aspect, but rewatching the same sections over and over again. I think the first section this might sound cruel. I think the first section is actually too easy. I think this entire first section is probably too easy for me. That's probably because I practiced it for hours upon hours when creating it. Fucking hell. I thought this is a lot harder than I thought because I'm gonna be laughing a lot because it is actually a really funny stream. Because Jerma's a really funny person. Something I aspire to be. Not very good right now, but yeah, I think the Thwomp section specifically is probably my favorite part of the level. I just think that's so much fun. That and the long jumping section that comes in after the snakes. Those two sections are probably my favorite sections of the level, just because they're really fun to play. Because the Thwomp section, it feels so good when you get it. And the long jump section is just satisfying to do because all you have to do is go wahoo the entire time. It's so good. But yeah, this level, because people started playing it, currently is like 6 or 7 clears out of 4,000 attempts. It's got like a 0.2 or 3% clear rate, which is so sick. I was really worried that it wouldn't be that hard when people like start getting their hands on it, and I don't actually think it is too hard. I think the play rate will, if the play rate continues, I think the clear rate will probably get to around maybe 3 or 4%, because all it does is take practice. Because I'm not a good Mario player and I'm not a Kaizo player, so I don't know. I guess it just takes practice to do. But yeah, I think for the most part this works pretty well. Just making sure everything's okay on OBS. I don't want to have issues with OBS. Like, yeah, it seems all good. Doesn't look like we're dropping any frames or anything. Oh yeah, this is the snake section. Jerma got stuck on the snake section so long. There you go. He cheesed the level again. So that's another way of cheesing. And he gets Kaizo blocked here, I believe.
Why would you do that to me? Why would you do that to somebody? It's there.
I actually feel really bad for that Kaizo block because that wasn't the intention. That wasn't the intention. It wasn't a Kaizo block that was meant to kill him like that. It was just to. It was just for anti-cheese. So I feel really bad that it turned into a Kaizo block, but there's no way around that. I didn't want him to cheese it. I didn't want anyone to cheese it really. So I guess the Kaizo blocks just add the toughness. But he still cheeses it right there.
Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Oh my god, you did it again!
There's like an entire row.
Wait, what?
And here you go. Jerma also got stuck on this section super hard because he didn't know long jumping existed.
You want to get momentum to do this? Oh man, oh man.
So it takes him like 4 or 5 attempts in that one section just to realize how to long jump.
I just freaked out walking.
Anyway.
Off the spring with a long
But yeah,
jump.
I don't know. There's something really gratifying about watching someone that's pretty big, like, I mean, 230,000 followers, play your level. And it's not just that, like, it's probably obvious, but I really look up to Jerma. I think he's hilarious as a streamer. He's like one of the people that can just, is so naturally funny that it's just impressive. But anyway, like I said, I don't want to harbour on the aspect of Jerma. But it is super gratifying to see a ton of people watch my shit and then actually go and play it for themselves. It just feels really good. And it's just great to see for the most part. Because a lot of people said that they really liked it, which felt so good. And there you go. Okay, that's the section. I thought that happened a lot earlier. So that is the one, let me go back to that quickly. So Jerma had issues with trying to get through that 1 block gap. So I think if I were to redesign that section, I would make it so it's 2 block gaps. It's a lot easier. Because this happened like, I don't know, maybe 10 or so times on the stream. So I feel really bad for that. But I don't know, I think it's funny. But even so, they probably should have been a 2 block gap just to make it, you know, not bullshit. I think it was probably a little bullshit, that section. I think the snake section is not the best designed in the world. It's not very easy. I actually think, like I said before in the stream, I think the snake section is actually the hardest part in the level. That and the last jump with the car, I actually think is also pretty difficult. But yeah, I think.
Go up the right side. Okay.
There you go.
Why can I go up there? Why can I go up? I was trying to. Oh my god.
He's just freaking out and just messing up as a result. Anyway, so yeah, I would completely, if I wanted to re-upload this level, which I really don't because it has now 4,000 attempts, so I don't really want to delete the level. But yeah, if I were to re-upload this level, I would definitely change the snake block section, just to make it less bullshit.
The Yeti game was good.
I keep just reading my messages in chat because I'm a fucking tool. I keep... Figures, this happens much later in the stream, but because Jerma's chat goes so quickly, you have to kind of like spam him a little bit to make sure he sees the message, especially if I'm like trying to give him a... Especially if I'm trying to like fucking say something, fucking say something important. So, when I was saying that, when I was just giving him information, I had to spam his @ with like dev here just to make sure he understands, which it's a bit... It looks a bit pretentious, I'll be honest, now that I think back on it. But it was the only way he would have seen the messages, so I don't particularly care too much. Anyway, so yeah, I would totally redesign the snake level. Also, I really like that I added that one extra block on the thwomp section, like the extra block gap, because that thwomp section would be so much harder if there wasn't that little gap there. It's borderline impossible, I think. It'd also be a lot more frustrating of a section, so I'm really glad I did that. Pretty much. Mario Maker. Wait, I just realised there was no point for those blocks there. Because that was originally the checkpoint there. But those blocks weren't there anymore.
Again, I was trying to stand on the front and I fucking can't. I was trying to stand on the front. You have to keep moving with it.
Yeah, he keeps fucking that up. So yeah, I would make that a 2-block gap. Like, 2 blocks that way.
Stand on the front. When it moves faster than you can run,
Instead of 1 block. Instead of like that. Because otherwise it seems a bit frustrating and inconsistent. And I didn't want that. But yeah, this level takes Jerma a while to beat, so I know it felt pretty good, and people really enjoyed it. Like I said before,
I want to know.
Camera's still good. Probably be better.
Get the fuck out of here.
Sorry about the clothing, by the way. I'm getting a little sick, so yeah, because I'm getting a little sick, I want to try and wear as much casual stuff as possible. And there you go. I was about to sneeze. Sorry about that. I did that right on camera. Anyway, right. So far he's only gone to the Wahoo section or the long jump section once. It takes him probably 3 or 4 more attempts before he figures out he has to long jump.
What's going on there?
He also fucks this section up a bit, but whatever. Also, the rising lava, pretty irrelevant, I'll be honest. There was really no point including that, but whatever. And yeah, this level actually made Jerma go insane. But yeah, what I was saying before, those blocks next to the side of the pipe, they were originally there because the checkpoint was there. And then I got rid of the checkpoint. So those blocks don't even need to be there. And now that's bugging the fuck out of me. Okay, here we go. He's at the long jump section again. And then he fucks up immediately because he didn't jump.
He's no longer with us. It's just me.
A ton of people have died in that one spot, by the way, because I think people just, like, when they die once, if it's, like, a really frustrating death, they'll just sit back and just let themselves die a few times after, which I think most people do that.
I swear to God, I jumped there. It was so obvious that I jumped.
So it also turns into Bane. I was actually chatting with people in Jerma's Discord about the level while this level was being played. People actually gave me some nice feedback, I think. I think people are a little harsh sometimes. Although they're probably harsh because the level was frustrating to watch on stream because it took an hour to beat. Regardless, I think it was really funny. But yeah, this level was just so fucking sick to watch Jerma play. I was really amazed that he actually played it, because there were a ton of people spamming levels. But he did that, and it was cool. And a ton of people watched it, and a ton of people wanted to go play it, like I said before. Actually, I'm going to quickly check on my Switch. Let me just flex the fact that I have a Switch. But if you're watching this stream, you probably know that I have a Switch anyway, so that's pretty irrelevant. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go on my Switch. Hello, this is my Switch. I'm going to load up Mario Maker because I'm going to quickly check what, was there music? I hope there's not music coming from... I hope there's not music coming from the Switch, because if there is, that's a little bad. Okay, so... Course World. I just want to... While we're quickly going over these words, I want to quickly check what the clear rate right now is on the level. I have to fucking get to the level, and it's taking a while because I'm streaming. Okay, here we go. So, this level, 17 likes, which I think was pretty cool. 8 clears out of 3,700 attempts, which results in a 0.21% clear rate, which I think is pretty cool considering how low it is.
Please stop dying as a joke. I know you're not serious, but for some reason it's infuriating me.
Oh no, this takes him so fucking long.
It's so bad.
When's the next attempt where he gets like a long jump section?
Bad guy. He's a mean person. You know that person's not real.
I don't know.
Makes you feel bad.
We're just gonna keep watching this anyway. So, right. Okay, please go check something on my phone.
Like in the movie, I don't know. I'm trying to think of the movie. I don't want to spoil it. No, jump! I got jump! Stop! Stop it!
I think part of what makes this level pretty good is the fact that it kind of wears people down, because you start playing it, and then
It's not an easy level. It's not an easy level. No, it's not. No,
it gets more and more frustrating as you play it, and it makes you play worse over and over again. Like every time you die, you feel your soul shattering just a little bit more. So it does suck, especially when you get later into the stage. A lot of people are telling me I should have kept the checkpoint, and I think the checkpoint kind of ruins the flow of the level, and also you don't feel as good when you beat the entire thing. I think the reason this level works so well is because there isn't a checkpoint. So when you do actually beat the entire thing, it feels great.
Hair going down. I'm gonna cut my hair. My hair's too long to play Mario Maker. Your hair gets in your face.
Right, snake section. Does he fuck this one up again? Or is he... No, he's figured out the strat where he's walk on the very front. Thing is, I never ran into that issue. I never ran into the issue. Anyway, long jumping time. Does he figure out this time? He does! And that's such a good section, because it's so easy, but it doesn't look easy. And then there you go, that section is super tight.
It's not fair. It's not fair. It's not fair.
It's not fair. I'm sorry, Jerma. I'm sorry for making you go insane. I feel kind of bad. But he did beat it, and I think he actually got like this huge dopamine rush when he beat it, because it does, like I said before, it does feel great when you beat this level, because it's so frustratingly hard that when you do actually finish it, it just feels like you never want to play another Mario Maker level again.
I'm sorry. I'm getting hit. I gotta get together. Sorry about it.
Although, wait, I just realized, are those blue or green snakes? If they're green snakes, I'm a fucking idiot. I think they're blue snakes, but I don't remember. Oh, there you go, that's when my friend joins the chat. Also the same person who told me to get rid of the checkpoint.
I did the jump so good too, and then I got LOL moment.
Ooh, that's some cringing chat from me right there. Never mind. We're gonna just move along from the chat, because I don't want to keep talking about the stream or the chat itself. I want to try and keep talking about the level.
Excuse me, what happened to the game? Because that was what happened. Why would it not stick? Sometimes it doesn't feel like sticking. I'm suffering. I'm just gonna figure out why I'm doing it. I'm suffering. Why?
I kind of wish I redesigned the piranha plant part. I'll be honest. Because I think it's probably a little dumb. But I think it does work because it's right at the beginning of the level. Somebody gift a sub to Sindrak. Well, I'm glad no one did, because I did say on his Discord that I would sub to Jerma. There you go, I said it in chat right there. But I didn't actually at Jerma. I will sub if I get... if he beats the level. And I did indeed... He did indeed beat the level, so I did indeed sub. So that is pretty sick. So there you go, Jerma. You took 5 of my pounds. I can't believe you. I think that's a small price for what emotional issues I caused him to have. Because he really fucking just went batshit crazy playing this level. I could have put the P-switch in a better spot. I think having to jump on the P-switch is a little dumb. I didn't know where to put it, because if it was in the ground, like in a 1-block tile gap that's in the floor, then sometimes you would just not run over it properly, and you'd fall in the gap, and then that kind of, I don't know, that kind of shit is a little frustrating to play. So also, I am yet to see anyone get blocked by that P-switch. I'm pretty sure it's perfectly set up, so it's really hard to fuck it up, because the thwomp takes a set amount of time every time to get over there. So I actually think it's pretty much impossible to fuck that up. Anyway, Jerma's back to the long jump section. I think he gets through the clear pipe in this attempt. I don't think he actually fails the long jump section at all, which is really impressive because I fucked it up consistently playing the upload. Yeah, there you go. He gets through that, and then he immediately dies. I think that spring there is a little harsh. I think that spring there is actually a little bit harsh. This level, oh wow, that actually kind of hurts to read. This level is the pinnacle of trial and error. I didn't really want that, so I think that is actually a little harsh. So I'm gonna have to work on that. Reading that in chat actually kind of hurts me a little bit, but Jerma fucking fails that. Yeah, I actually think that's pretty accurate. I'll be honest, pretty accurate, because it is pretty much trial and error the entire time. So I think next time I make a level, I will want to change it. But I guess most speedrun levels are trial and error. Bad level design. Ouch. That hurts. Thing is, I mean, a lot of people weren't gonna like it because a lot of people are more casual players, including Jerma. So watching Jerma play the same level for an hour is probably gonna frustrate people, which I think is fair to say. I think that's fair to say. Oh my god, the long jump section is so sick. In this section, and then he dies here again, I think. Goes straight into the spike block. I'm really glad I put that spike block there. Oh. Uh-oh, stream dying. Not my stream, his stream. I got called the equivalent to Cox in this, which I thought was really funny. That's his internet provider, if you didn't realise. I didn't know. Oh yeah, that's him responding to me. Okay, maybe like 85%. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I'm trying to think, would that be considered like 80% or 85%? Or maybe 90%? It might actually be 90%. It's my fault, I said remove checkpoint. Yep, there you go. Person who told me to remove the checkpoint. And then he fucks up again. I also should have blocked up that entire area, where you can like go up and just see the clear pipe. There's no reason for it to be there, so I think it was a bit weird to just have it there. It actually feels kind of surreal to watch someone play this level, especially someone like Jerma. But whatever, it happened. I got pretty lucky. That sounds perfectly patronizing. I think I said something like, "You got this, Jerma. I believe in you," in chat. Almost broke him. I like how the level is really confined as well. I think that was a really good really good point of this level. Jesus Christ. Because you can see the other parts of the level as you're doing the level. I think there's a few times where you don't, and that's really like the snake block section. But I do think for the most part it works really well. Because you can see most parts of the level, apart from that little part with the thwomp where you can just see the face for a few seconds. Oh. Oh my god, pro gamer moves from Jerma right there. Oh, I still love that section so much. And look, you can see the other sections of the level while doing that. Here we go. Here we go, he says. Immediately does. So he hasn't actually gone to the wall jumping section before. This is like, what? He has, but he hasn't really done anything. He's just immediately died every time in the wall jumping section. I didn't actually watch him beat any of the wall jumping section for the first time because I was tabbed out at the current moment. But he does eventually get past the wall jumping section. I think in like 1 or 2 attempts, once he actually finds the rhythm to it. You can actually see the other parts of the level from this, because the screen scrolls. Oh yeah, it wouldn't originally do that because there weren't any clear pipes, but because there are clear pipes, it doesn't count as like a full, solid block.
It's like so fucking hard. It's too much.
I'm actually kind of surprised Jerma didn't give up. I'm also kind of surprised he actually beat the level, because I wasn't expecting him to beat this level. My mouse is on screen. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it is actually showing my mouse cursor. Sorry, I didn't realize my mouse was on screen. Oh, I don't act. The thing is, watching this level, I don't have any ideas for what to do for monkaS, the prequel. But yeah, we'll be creating that later in the stream.
I'm just gonna try to wall jump. I'm gonna just try. Here we go. Here we go. Fuck. No, I didn't.
Oh, is this where he beats it? Oh. Oh, there you go, you did it.
Where do I go from here? Where do I go from here? Huh? What do you want me to do now?
Now he loops around himself.
Like what? What do you want me to do now?
This is probably, actually that might be my favourite section of the level, where you loop around on yourself to beat the level again. This is the heartbreak moment from Jerma that I absolutely love. This is my favourite part of the stream.
Did I make it?
I felt so bad. I felt so bad when this happened. I felt so fucking bad because he spent so long getting to that one moment and then he dies and he has to do the entire level. Whatever. People really thought that was funny. I should clip that and put that on perfectly cut screams.
He's covered in fire ants. Oh, come on, I had it. I can do it. I know what to do now. Dude, that was
Sorry, Dev. Oh wait, yeah, I think I said sorry in chat at some point. Wait. I actually want to find where I said sorry in chat. Because I remember saying I'm sorry, Jerma, in chat, but I can't find it. What the fuck? The dev is apology. Yeah, fuck. I guess I missed it.
loud and weird and fucking strange. I'm not proud of that at all.
Oh.
And weird and fucking strange. I'm not proud of that. So, you know, I had it. Falling off the cliff. He's covered in fire ants. Oh, come on, I had it. Off the cliff.
I just want to find where I said. God damn it.
This goofy falling off the cliff.
I guess I can't actually see it. I guess I'm just blind.
He's covered in fire ants.
I just remember saying, I'm sorry, Jerma. I feel so bad. But anyway.
Dude, that was probably the most embarrassing noise
People actually thought it was really funny, so.
I really think so. It could be. That was really fucking embarrassingly loud and weird and fucking strange. I'm not proud of that at all. Not at all. There's nothing about that is what I'm proud of.
What have you done to this poor man?
And I can go around again, and it goes faster the second time. Okay.
So yeah, I think the entire level's fine, with the exception of the snake block part, and I'm a little bit like, with the,
Be able to. No, I'm not.
yeah, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I was looking at chat.
I can do it. I know.
So yeah, it's the snake block part I think is a little bit of like a part, and the car part I think it's a bit dumb. I think the car part for the most part is fine, but it just feels a kind of out of place for the level, not the stream. So I think that is probably the biggest issue with the level, because it just goes into a car part for no reason. I guess I just really wanted the car part. I mean, it's cool, but I think it just doesn't fit with the level. So I think it should be. It just shouldn't be there. I should have thought for something else for the right at the very end. But if I did that perfect moment wouldn't have just happened. So I'm kind of happy that I did include it, but at the same time, I would have probably preferred including something else.
I tried. It didn't jump. It didn't jump. It didn't forward.
Anyway, Jerma fucks up there. He dies again because he's bad. And then he just stays still for a few seconds and dies there.
I think I've got 2 or 3 hump times. How many times have I died? It's gotta be at least 2 or 3 hump times.
I don't think he dies to the lava right at the very end again in the level. Everything at the end of that level syncs up so well. The lava rising syncs up so well with the final jump. So if you actually fuck it up a little bit, you probably messed up. But yeah, this thing is, I can't call it good level design because a lot of the stuff in the level wasn't planned. It just happened, and it just happened so well that I kept it in. With the exception of I really like the spike block part. That, how close that was, not planned. It just happened to be that close every time. I also think the wall jumping section could have been longer. I think that would have been a bit, like, Jesus Christ, mate, if I made it any longer, but... Because I didn't want it to be... Well, I did want it to be entirely wall jumping, but at the same time, I think it would have been insanely frustrating if it was just wall jumping, so I'm glad I included the icicle bars to, like, kind of slow down the level. Ironically slow down the level, because it's not difficult to do the the icicle part, because you just run underneath and that's it. Also, Jerma keeps fucking that up. He keeps, like, walking back towards the spring. I guess it works. Maybe that's the reason I kept fucking up. Anyway, so yeah. That is perfect. It syncs up so perfectly. That spike block has the weirdest hitbox, by the way. Like, it's weirdly big, that hitbox. How much longer is this after this level? Oh, he's almost done. Yeah, he's actually a few more minutes. Man, this is just... I'm so sorry what I've done to your psyche. Ah, and then he says that the level's very good. Well, I just gotta rehear that.
Well, definitely, so sorry for what I've done to you that way. So sorry for what I've done to your psyche. Well, definitely good. Otherwise I would have stopped playing.
I gotta clip that sound effect. Well, not that sound effect, but make it a sound effect and make that like my subscribe button when I get it.
Just wash over you. Just wash it over you. Like for instance, I tried to wall jump, but Super Mario Maker 2 sucks. So I can't have lots of time.
Oh, I just game sucks. He finished around 224, I believe. So there's only a few more attempts he gets. Oh no, mine. 227. So like 5 or 6 more like good attempts. I think it takes him. I don't know if I talked about this earlier in the stream. I've already forgotten. I think this is really good in terms of like a satisfying level, because even though you keep dying because it's frustratingly hard, every time you get a little bit further, you want to keep playing. Which I think that's what happens. I personally don't know. I do it anyway because I played the level and created it. So I want to hope people think that. But I do think that is actually the case, that it just makes people want to play it more. The more you play it, the further you get, you're gonna want to play it more, even if you keep dying. So I think I really got a good amount of like satisfyingness. I know it's not a word, but what can I say?
I need to completely just like capitulate on this level and then I'll beat it.
This might actually be the last run. Can't tell. No, he's got a few more. Thing is, it's always just fun trying to figure out where he's gonna die.
Is it audio desync? I'll fix it when I go take my first break, which will be another 300 to 400 attempts of this level.
This might be the run actually. I don't remember. Or at least this one's like the second to last. I'm also so glad that cheese doesn't work, of you going back into the pipe, because that would have broken the entire level and I'd feel so fucking shit if he cheesed the level. So I'm glad he didn't. There probably is still some cheese in the level somewhere. Oh, this might actually be the final attempt. Yeah, it is. It is. This is the final attempt. This is the one where he beats it. Oh, what the fuck? Fucking Origin, fuck off. No one actually likes your client. No one likes you here.
Right, we go.
Yeah, this is it.
It's 2. It's 3 divided by 5. It's 6. Let's go. Yes. Am I dead?
And there you go. He beats the level. That felt so good. And also, he liked it. He liked the level, which felt so good. There you go. Even back then, it only had a 0.26. So it's actually gotten harder. People have pretty warm. Jerma died playing the stage. Yeti bit -2.
My God, this level sucks.
Hey, Big Tyler, go fuck yourself. Big Tyler, you fucking little shit. Look at you. You fat little gangly little shithead. No, it's not. This level does not suck. I'm kidding. It probably does. I think if German's community wasn't so nice, that they probably would be like, oh fuck this idiot that created this dumb fucking like too hard level. Oh yeah, I guess wait, is a specific. Okay, there isn't actually a specific comment. There's a specific comment from, I don't remember their name, but they have the world record right now. Anyway, yeah. Some people are such good artists. Look at that shit. Look at the German love emote. Look how good that fucking shit is.
You knew I was gonna come scroll down these. Oh, that was a good level. I'm probably 38 now. No, you got me. That's a good strategy. You got me. TFP. See, this is cheating.
Anyway, so that's my entire level. Focusing on me watching it on stream. I really enjoyed watching him play that level so much.